Hi guys, I'm just jumping on quickly to do a quick video talking about this new Foo Fighters song, Shame Shame. We kind of knew Foo Fighters materials coming for a while. Basically, they've been teasing it for almost a year now. Pretty much like mid to late last year, they were saying that they're already working on a new song and that something would be coming very, very soon. And of course, I think earlier in this year, Dave Grohl came out and said that the new album was basically done, compared it to Let's Dance by David Bowie, that album, said it's going for a much more dancey, pop-oriented feel, but less modern pop, more like 70s, 80s sort of thing. So yeah, I was definitely very looking forward to seeing what they were going to do. And they released Shame Shame, the new single, just under a week ago now. I've kind of wanted to let it sit with me before jumping on making a video, because I wasn't really sure how I felt about it the first time I listened to it, but yeah, I've listened to it a few times now, and overall I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't think it's terrible. My biggest problem with it really is that it's not really much at all. There's not really much to say about it. It's pretty boring, to be honest. It's not terrible. It's just not very good. I do like elements of it. I really enjoy the new dancier and funky sort of direction that they're going in. I just feel like the instrumentation is so like restrained and soft that it doesn't really work as well. This kind of feels much more like an intro song that goes on too long, and that's a big problem for me. I just don't really think it's that exciting. Like, for a first single, I'd expect something a lot more gripping, but yeah, it just, like I said, sounds like an intro song that goes on way too long. It doesn't really progress to anything. It's just kind of the same thing going on, and it doesn't really go anywhere. The chorus is very derivative of so many other Foo Fighters songs that I've heard. Just the melodies and everything, it sounds so much like it. The only thing making it different is the fact that there's like almost no guitars on this song. It's mostly just a drum line, bass. There is a guitar riff that plays throughout, but it's quite quiet in the mix. It's played with both electric and acoustic guitar, which I think is an interesting idea. I like the usage of acoustic and electric. But yeah, it's pretty hidden in the mix, and in the chorus it's not there at all. It's just basically strings and Dave's vocals. Speaking of his vocals, obviously he's a good vocalist. I think the biggest problem with his vocals are that the mixing on them is so bad. The vocals are just basically completely drowned out by everything. I can't understand almost anything he's saying, especially in the verses. The drums are way too overpowering in the mix. Even then, I think a lot of the song, the mixes just don't sound great. It's very, very muddy and dirty. It just doesn't sound right. It feels almost like it's been rushed, which is a bit of a shame. Like, I don't know why it sounds like that, but yeah, it just doesn't sound that great. There is some decent guitar work when the guitars are actually there. There's a bit towards the end where they start playing the melody to the chorus. I don't know who it is. I'd assume it'd be Chris Shiflett or something. They're playing their lead part is basically the melody of the chorus, and I like that bit. It's just a shame there's not really much else like that, and that's pretty much the only time you really get to hear like a loud distorted guitar. And I don't have a problem with him going in a softer direction. I just don't think it really works for the tone that they're trying to go for on the song. And there's just no build. It just feels like I wouldn't even say it feels like all build up. It just feels like it's on like a plateau. It doesn't really build up to anything. It just keeps moving along, and it's a really boring song because of that. It also doesn't really sound like the whole band are involved with the song. It sounds like Taylor's there, Nate's there, Dave's there, maybe Chris or Pat is there, but it just sounds lacking. It doesn't sound like everybody is putting their all into it and everyone's in the studio, which I find is a bit of a shame. I didn't mean that, no pun intended, I mean. Lyrically, it's not bad, nothing to ride home about, but yeah, it's okay. But yeah, that's about all I really have to say about it. I don't think it's a great song. It's not the worst thing I've ever heard. I just feel like it could have been so much more than it actually is, which is a big shame because obviously I love Foo Fighters and I was hoping it would be a lot more than this. Maybe the actual album will be a lot more. Maybe this is just like they wanted to put out the most different song first, which a lot of musicians actually do, but I don't think it's a great introduction to what they're trying to do or whatever it is they're trying to do with this album. If the whole album sounds like this, I don't think we're in for a good album. I don't know if I'm optimistic, just because the last two albums haven't been very good at all. I'm hopeful more than anything. Hopefully this next album is good, but I wouldn't be surprised if the whole album sounded like this and it was just super dull and boring. But who knows, stranger things have happened, like that great song that they did years ago. So yeah, not a huge fan of it. It's not awful. Could have been so much better. Hopefully the final album, Minutes to Midnight, which comes out in February of next year, hopefully the final album sounds a lot better. And in an ideal world, the song would have another mix on the album because this sounds awful. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the new Foo Fighters single Shame Shame in the comments section below. I haven't really heard anyone talk about it, so I'm interested to see what people think. Hopefully you don't mind that I've just recorded it on my shitty webcam. I just thought I'd get my opinion out quick while I still was thinking about the song. Yeah, back to working on the million other videos that I'm currently making. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.